Before we get started, if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let us explain.
Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast straight from your phone or computer.
When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.
It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
And best of all, Anchor is totally free.
Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome back to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, Gabe.
Dan.
Leigh.
And Link. Welcome back. Like Gabe said, it is June 20-something. Or, 20.
By the time.
Yeah,
time
yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
Time
You're
travel.
right, you're right.
Exactly. And June is month 6 out of 12. So that means we're halfway to the end of the year, right? If my math is correct.
Let me check real quick.
Is your mathematicians out there?
Hold on. Let me see. Carry that divided by
All
2.
you math lovers out there.
Carry it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good,
I was
you're
looking at you because you're the one, studying to become a doctorate.
good. I love how that just translates to knowing everything about
You have to
everything.
now, yeah. You're gonna.
Yeah, you have to know.
You're,
Everything.
you're the automatically like the smartest person in every room now. No matter what, people are just gonna assume that once you get it. You get me? Which we know you're going to, because you're. So for this episode, what we wanted to do was pretty much talk about the stuff that we have consumed, the medias that we have consumed, TV, music, books, anime,
Those?
and
Did you say-
Movies.
Oh, TV. You said
and
TV.
movies. Yes.
Movies, yeah.
So this is kind of like a halfway through type of award show, I guess. Things that we have.
Are we awarding
I don't know. Things
We're
that
we're
Are we-
sending
are we
personalized trophies to the
It's a-
producers
it's a-
and directors.
I feel like it's a check-in.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Things that so far that this year we have watched or consumed that we really enjoyed, and we're going to be talking about our top 3 in the categories that I said: TV, books, music, anime, and movies. And it doesn't have to be from this year. Like you had to consume it this year.
Yeah, it's a check-in for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Like what we have consumed this year, not necessarily what has been released.
Yeah. Now if
If that was unclear for any of the hosts.
Everything is unclear for me at this point.
That's fair.
but bonus points if it came out this year too. I don't know.
So there's a point system
Sure.
there?
Yeah.
There's a point
It's a
system
point
now.
system.
We're
There's
ranking
awards
things
and
to point
points?
system.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about. Hopefully, you guys are able to enjoy what we've consumed, and maybe you guys have also consumed it as well and are able to relate to it. So let us start our halfway point.
How? Oh.
I was gonna say the thing I suggested that I don't think the halfway point. So the first category is TV. So each of us are gonna be talking about 3 TV shows that we watched that have caught our attention the most this year.
Oh, TV shows.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like TV models.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I go through like LG. I was looking through
LG for
some
sure,
Samsung.
LG.
LG's been putting in work
Sony.
though.
Oh, dang, you
That-
said
It's
That
LG,
magic remote?
Sony, Samsung.
you said models, and I was thinking of like real like actual models.
No, like TV. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, you said TV models, so I'm like, okay, people that model in commercials,
I think those are called actors.
actors.
Okay, so TV
Oh,
shows.
top
That's what you
3
meant.
actors?
All right.
All right. Are we doing popcorn? Is everybody doing their 3 and then we're moving on?
Yeah, Dan, start. Go.
TV?
Yeah.
Yes,
Rapid fire.
sir.
Shows.
This one came out this year. So
Is it in order? Like
Mm,
best to worst?
No, it doesn't.
No.
No.
No. This is no ranking.
Yeah.
It's 3, right?
3. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off my list with Winning Time.
Oh yes.
Excellent. What is that? I
Really?
don't know what that is.
Yeah. What is it?
Released this year, consumed this year.
Bonus points.
Yeah, bonus. I'm in the lead,
Oh.
I think.
What is winning time?
Anytime. I mean, I've talked about it on the show before. So this will probably be my third time talking about it. But basically, it's just a more dramatic retelling of the way the Lakers organization came
Oh.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
to
hearing
be. Love
about
that
this.
show. It's so good.
Is it? Wait. Is it a like docu-series or it's a show?
It's a show.
Like a
yeah,
drama
it's a
show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it over?
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, no. Well, there's another
Well,
season.
there's
coming.
another season,
Okay.
but like the season.
But this
is done.
season is over.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So I just
Adrian
finished
Brody's
it.
in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
plays Pat Riley.
He plays Pat Riley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A king.
How did I not know that?
The show's
Watch
so
it.
good, man.
That show's
I have a
fantastic.
bad feeling Dan's gonna take most of my.
I remember
shows.
Yeah, you let me go first, so that's a mistake.
there is this.
I feel like we'll have crossovers.
There is a meme that was created from this show, the "Forget Boston" meme. And I remember when the Heat were when the Heat made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it was between us and the Celtics. I sent that clip to all my Boston friends, and it didn't work out because we ended up losing.
Did they say anything back to
yeah.
you?
No, I mean, kind of. They trash
But-
talked a little bit, but
We were
But
able to
Boston
say
ended up losing
forget.
in the end, so
We were able to say forget Boston right there, right in the heat of things,
yes.
and
Nice.
we still lost.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Oh well, I can't. Well, it's not a spoiler because it's real life and it happened, and you can just kind of look this up. But in the show, like I was just so happy at the resolution.
That Boston lost.
Yes. Spoiler alert.
Man, they
I
lost.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
What year does that show take place in?
79?
79.
I think 79.
Bro, they lost in 79 and they lost in 2022.
and 22.
And you could have been alive at any time.
Feels good.
Double L's by Boston people.
Forget Boston.
I think we just lost a couple of supporters from Boston.
Do we even have supporters in Boston? That's a good
I want to say yeah.
right? I don't know.
I feel like
Forget Boston with love.
There we go. We want them back. They're all back. Welcome back, Bostonians.
all right. So I guess Link, go next.
My turn. Okay. Something that I consumed this year that I really enjoyed. I actually consume this every year, so. But for me, it's New Girl. New Girl is my comfort show. When I am sad, when I need distractions, I just play New Girl, and I let Nick Miller, Schmidt, and Winston Bishop serenade me to sleep.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go Dan.
Can it be stuff we reconsumed?
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
always
no, you
consuming
you
it.
just broke
Oh, maybe not.
you,
Maybe
you
not.
broke the rule right there.
Okay, then
I thought it was things we've consumed.
Yeah,
for the
like
first
you watched
time.
the first,
For the first time.
Okay,
Yeah,
then,
I've watched a lot of
Even the New
stuff
Girls,
that
I
I
mean-
love.
I mean, okay. Then I forget New Girl, in the correct way of forgetting. You know, not any.
It can be an honorable mention. if
Honorable
you
mention for me. Okay. I
Want. Or your
guess.
favorite rewatch.
Yeah, it's my favorite. That yeah. I guess then something that I consumed this year is How To with John Wilson,
Still haven't seen that.
and I just love that show so much. It makes man, Leanne, I don't know if you watch this show, but you should check it out because it's literally New York and put like in poetry form.
Yeah, you guys said it was really good. I have to disclaim this by saying I'm really good at watching movies and everything else. TV I am the worst at because I'm really bad with long commitments, and TV is usually long
is such a
commitments.
commitment.
It is a
Especially
commitment.
when there's like
It
15
is.
shows dropping every week with like
And there's always TV to watch.
always.
Always.
It's like an hour long episodes, 8 episodes. That's like
Yeah.
it's a whole day.
And I feel like the TV that comes out now, like, no longer are episodes an hour. Like, they're an hour and 20.
It's crazy.
That's like the new thing.
Oh, How To with John Wilson is 25 minutes, 25 to 30.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll add it to my list.
All right, your turn, Gabe.
My turn. I think I'm gonna say no, that'll be second.
It's not in order.
I mean,
It's
it's
not?
not over yet. Can I say Stranger Things? It's not over yet, but
It's already good enough to have.
yeah, like they can't they can't fall off the rails, right? Like that's not possible.
Yeah, you can
These
put
are-
on your list because it's on my list. So you can
These
go ahead
last
and
two would
take
have
it.
to be so bad.
like terrible. Yeah, I'll say Stranger Things. I think that I think it's the best season since season 1, to be honest.
I agree.
Season 1's my favorite.
Have yet to watch it, man.
Like any Stranger Things?
No, season 4.
It's really good. Like I think it takes some getting used to with the varying episode lengths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of them's like 45 minutes, another one's like an hour and 20 minutes. And it's just gonna keep
Yeah.
changing with the last 2 episodes that come out like in a couple of days. 2
Yeah,
weeks,
2
something
weeks.
like that. No,
July 1st.
but it's really good. You should binge it by that time, but it comes out.
Yeah. I guess disclaimer: the reason we haven't done an episode on it yet is because we're waiting for it to end,
It's fantastic.
so we can talk about it as a whole.
So far, it's fantastic. I think they did a very good job overall. I mean, I won't say more.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like it's some of the highest quality TV, like writing wise, production wise.
What are the name of the brothers?
Duffer?
The Duffer Brothers.
Okay, I was gonna say Duplass brothers, but those are the other people.
The what?
Duplass brothers.
Who are they?
You know, the Duplass brothers.
You know.
You know them.
Sure.
You know the Dupla.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? You're right.
Yeah.
Those guys that did that thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's them.
Hey, they're not even brothers, but yeah.
What about you, Leanne?
I was gonna say Stranger Things.
I'm sorry.
But you're fine. But I'll go to my next one, which is, I have a hard time ranking these, but I'm gonna say The Last Kingdom.
Oh, isn't that the
I'll
show
go
you
with that.
recommended, Gabriel, one time?
Yes, I didn't even think. Why
You
didn't I
did.
think about it? Great
You
choice.
didn't think of it? It's not on your
Great
list?
I haven't
Honestly,
watched
if
it.
I'm being honest, I don't really have a.
Any of it?
I'm like going off the top of my head.
So am I. So
Like
That's
I was really gonna
I
say
can't
winning
function
time
with
at
that.
first, and then Dan is like, I'm just gonna yoink that, but it's on me. So, but I'm grateful that you said that because that show is great, amazing, beautiful.
So good. And it's over now, and
Oh.
they ended it beautifully.
Completely?
I think it's
There's like a movie
yeah,
or something
the
coming
show's
out,
like
but
It's
over.
over?
the show's over. Yeah,
how long is it?
5 seasons.
5 seasons.
Five
Oh
seasons,
yeah.
yeah. It is genuinely so good. If you're into like Nordic mythology or like Nordic culture,
Oh, is it?
I started
It's
watching the show
Vikings.
after
It's Vikings? Oh, man.
it's Vikings. I started watching it after I watched
Norseman?
Vikings on the History Channel. No, although that was also good.
I didn't finish Vikings.
And I actually stopped. I didn't either. I stopped watching it and kept watching The Last Kingdom.
I shall watch it now then. You said the magic word Vikings.
Yeah, after that one guy like
Yeah.
goes off of the show, you know what I'm talking about on
Yeah,
on
it's tough to
Vikings.
watch,
Then I'm
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
But yeah, Last Kingdom definitely. Last Kingdom's been around since like 2015, right?
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah, since I was in college, and I used to watch it in college. And so I think with the pandemic, obviously it took a bit of a break. So once it finally came back, I was excited to watch it. And I think it ended. I think a lot of shows kind of struggle with ending. Like good shows struggle with ending well.
Mm.
But I think this
Good
one
times.
definitely hit the mark.
Nice.
Agreed.
All right, Danny, back to you.
All right. So my next one, I guess, will be unexpected, but Scenes from a Marriage.
Nice.
I really liked it.
Wow,
Quality.
what a sophisticated answer. I love that. I
Love
really
it.
enjoyed that show. I thought it was
That
great.
show is incredible. They acted their
Bro.
butts off.
Damn.
They always do, man. They always do.
Jessica
They're so good.
Chastain and Oscar Isaac
Oh,
are a married
I
couple
was
going
just
through.
drawn in for every episode.
You know what? I love how they opened the episodes, like
It's
from
so
the outside,
good.
like how they're gonna start the scene, like how they're gonna start shooting the scene, and then they like
Yep,
delve right into like they're like it's basically like action, and then the episode starts. I
that
thought-
show's art.
I really like that.
Yeah. Great.
What platform is it on?
HBO.
Okay.
HBO.
quality.
I think all my answers are HBO.
Well, yeah. Okay, so my turn. I think for me, the next one that I watched this year is a animated show called Over the Garden Wall. It came out on Cartoon Network, but I found it on HBO Max. It's Elijah Woods is the main voice actor. He plays the main character. So I love that show. It reminds me a little bit of Gravity Falls. So if you haven't seen Gravity Falls, if you have, it's similar to this. So I recommend it. It's short, 11 minutes each episode, and there's only like 10 of them. And they tell a nice, beautiful, deep story. And it's funny too. So over the garden wall.
You met that guy, didn't you?
Yes, I actually met Elijah Woods at
That guy.
MegaCon.
That one dude that did that one thing.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay,
Go and listen to that special episode.
right.
Link and Danny.
Lincoln
Danny
Danny
do
Go to
a
MegaCon.
podcast. I almost said the wrong thing.
All right, Gabe. What about you?
What about me? I'm gonna say Tokyo Vice.
Oh, such
There
a
it
good show.
is. I didn't say it because I haven't finished it.
Tokyo Vice is it's fantastic. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I remember I saw like a commercial of it while I was browsing HBO. And I was like, you know what? I had just finished watching West Side Story, the new one, the Spielberg one. And Ansel Elgort was the lead in that film, which he did great in. So I was like, man, I'll give this a shot. And I was pleasantly surprised. I think it was you though, Dan, right? That you guys said it to watch it. You guys
Yeah.
recommended it. You guys saw the first episode, and then I was like, yeah, then I'll do it. I think it was around the same time that I was looking at it. I was like, huh, this looks interesting. And yeah, that one I watched week to week, except for the last two. It took me a while to finish the last two. I got busy, but I think the cinematography is beautiful. The acting is great. The writing is very well done. It's based on an actual guy's memoirs
Yeah,
that
Jake
he lived
Atlas.
that he lived in Japan. And Japan is like notorious for not really welcoming outsiders.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
you kind of see that in the show, and
Gaijin.
yeah, they call them gaijins. And yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with Ansel Elgort's ability to speak Japanese.
Bro, yeah, I was really impressed by that too.
But yeah, Tokyo Vice, my number 2.
Number 2. Leigh, what about you? What's your number 2?
I don't know if my number 2 or my number 3 technically, because Stranger Things is on my list. So this is my last one, but it's Peaky Blinders.
Nice.
So good, so good. Also done, or I guess we're getting a movie. But this show, I don't even know when it first came out, but I think
13, I think 2013, something like that.
that sounds about right. But my dad got me into it actually, and it's just never disappointed. I love it, and this last season was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the movie.
This show, I watched it not when it started. I watched it a couple seasons. It was into it. Then I heard about it. Someone recommended it, and I started watching it, and I binged that so quick. And then I was waiting. I was anticipating it so much. Every time a new season would drop, I'd just be looking up when the next season's coming out. But this one, Cillian Murphy is
So good.
he's so BA.
Top tier.
Just the way that he carries himself, the way he commands a room, he steals a scene.
The way he smokes a cigarette.
15 cigarettes in the span
Everything
of 5
about
minutes.
Bro,
It's just,
how does this character
It
not
does
have,
stress me
How
out.
does this character not have lung cancer?
yeah. It's.
He does. He just doesn't know it yet.
I mean, that's how I feel. I haven't finished this past season, but I'm a little worried. But so far I love it. I'm a little sad to see it go, but all the good things must come to an end, I guess.
No, but we're getting a movie though, right?
When's that movie
Yeah,
coming
then
out?
after that it's done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think probably next year.
Rip.
And
It is. I was really sorry, Link, for cutting you off.
No. Go ahead.
I was like, it was this last season is only 6 episodes,
Aren't they
7
all 6
episodes. So
episodes?
it's not even. Are they? I don't even remember.
I think they are.
Yeah.
6.
Regardless, I instead of binging it like I would, it took me like 2 weeks to watch the whole thing because I literally did not want to watch to the end. I was really sad.
You know what I love about this show is that they get great actors to play a villain every year. Like the first year was
So good.
the first season was what Sam. I want to say not Worthington, the old guy
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. Second season it's Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Or third season Adrian
Yeah.
Brody.
No.
I don't know when it.
Third season is I think his name is Paddy Constantine. He's like the priest, the father.
Oh yes,
Oh yeah.
Then fourth
I don't know
season,
his name.
Adrian
fourth
Brody.
season Adrian Brody, which I love.
Fifth
that
season
Adrian
they get Finnick.
Finnick.
I didn't even know that was Finnick.
He's a great
Yeah.
actor too, man.
He is a great
My
actor.
goodness.
I really hated
He's
him.
so good. He's kind of slept on, I feel like.
What's
Yeah.
his name? Sam Claflin?
Claflin. Sam
He's
Claflin.
fantastic.
All right, Danny. Last round in this category. Go ahead.
I'm gonna finish this one off with Crashing.
Ah, that's a good one.
that on your
I
list?
feel.
Should be. Yeah.
I just remembered it right now, but I feel like I'm missing something and I can't remember. So I'm putting Crashing in that place right now. But I love that show. It's this very special place in my heart because we watched it all together at my apartment, and it was a great time. I love
That
it
really
so
was a
much.
great time. That binge that we had, and the ride that we went on until the end.
We binge watched 2 shows.
What was the second
What was the
one?
other one we watched?
Oh, I binge watched 2 shows.
Oh, he binge watched it. He started a show and
Oh,
like
right.
he started a show and like I woke up and he had finished the first season.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you guys talking about this. I don't
Yeah.
remember what that show was.
Gabriel we were watching Crashing, and then they recommended The Righteous Gemstones,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched like the first episode. We watched like the first 2 episodes together, but I'm like, I really like this, so I'm gonna continue on my own. And I continued all night, and then Gabriel wakes up like at 5 in the morning, like I guess to go pee or something, and he looks at me. He goes, "Are you still watching this?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he just looks back to sleep.
Yeah, because like he was watching it on my iPad, so I was like, oh, my iPad's gonna be dead. Sweet.
Okay, so my turn. My last one in this category. Yeah, I was gonna go with Peaky Blinders. Oh, you know what? I'll go with Barry. I really enjoyed this season of Barry.
Is it
I'll have to
over?
finish it.
It's over. Yeah, it
Why
got
was
a
it
lot.
so fast?
It was a lot darker than usual.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Not funniest? Not as funny?
not as funny. But it was a lot darker, and I really enjoyed how it progressed. And I'm a fan of Bill Hader, and I'm just impressed at his acting. Just seeing where he was in SNL all the way here, and so yeah, I really enjoyed the season of Barry, and I can't wait for the next season. Plus more NoHo Hank,
Buddy.
even better.
Buddy.
I Gabriel, last one.
My turn. That's hard. That is very hard. This one I was a little worried about at first, but it really came around. It really made me a fan, and I hope to see many more seasons. That show is Halo.
I hate you.
Yeah, It's not even.
Oh, I
funny.
can't even say it with a straight face. No, I guess I'll say. I mean, there's obviously a bunch of quality shows that came out, but I think one that surprised me was Peacemaker.
Oh yes.
That's a good one.
Yo, HBO Max like dominated this category for us.
Yeah, HBO Max has been on a
Killing it.
tear, and like, I don't know. I didn't know like when I first heard that they were making a show based off that character that John Cena was in the Suicide Squad. I was like, "You're gonna make a show about this guy?
Yeah, right. Like, can John Cena carry a whole show?
What can you do with this?" And then I watched the show, and I'm like, "This is great.
I actually haven't finished it yet.
This is What?
I know. I don't know why.
I still haven't seen the whole
It's okay.
middle of the show.
Yeah,
you
same.
just watched the end, Danny, right?
I've only
Yeah.
watched the beginning, like the first 2 episodes.
I watched the beginning and the end.
I thought it was great, and I think this role really fits John Cena well. Personally, I think he does well in comedic roles, but I guess not the same in like dramatized, like serious
Yeah.
acting as his in in Fast and Furious.
I'm
I mean, that could also be a comedy, but who's counting? But yeah,
pretty
I
sure
will say Peacemaker.
pretty sure in Vin Diesel's eyes, those movies are a drama.
Vin Diesel's pissed every year
Yeah.
that he's not winning Oscars
Yeah.
for those movies.
And
But yeah, those are my 3.
Leanne already said hers, right? Okay, so we move on to the next category, and that is books.
Woohoo!
I gotta
Dan,
sit this one out.
Dan's gonna
before I
sit this one
embarrass
out?
you. Nah, I have not read anything.
And that's fine.
Design classes are not easy.
Do you have textbooks for that class?
No.
Oh, I was about to say you should just say
Just
your
read- yeah,
textbooks.
read-
No.
What is it? What is your class? Just like they send you just numbers and you just have to decipher it all?
What? For design? No. They tell me what to draw. I have to draw.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were doing in school.
That's it?
That is not what I thought you were doing in
I
school.
thought architecture was math.
Yeah.
Isn't there math in
No,
architecture?
I barely do math.
What?
Oh man,
What?
I can't
you sure?
expose I can't expose the industry like this.
Wait,
They'll
you
take
really
me
just
out.
draw?
Yeah, I barely ever do math.
Maybe now. You don't have to
Wait,
take like a physics
Yeah,
class?
like you're not gonna have to take like a
I
math
already
class?
took it. I already took it. I finished them.
All your math classes, you know all the math that you're gonna do as an architect.
I know every math. Yeah, technically, yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, since you're gonna be an architect, I'll give you some some summer reading. Architect's Digest.
Physics
I
101.
should read that actually.
I don't even know
I'm
if they
definitely
have
not
physical
reading. I
copies.
hated physics.
All right then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit this one out.
You hated
Really
physics
right.
and you're going to be an architect?
Yeah.
Dan, don't you read manga?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, what manga have you read?
Come on, bro.
I haven't really read manga. I mean JJK, but like
That counts. And thanks again for stealing mine. Dude.
hey, I mean, hey, that's on you.
Isn't he the one that put you on?
Yeah.
Exactly. But I keep doing this to
whatever. I
myself.
guess
It's just a running
I
theme
caught
now.
up to My Hero. I read Blue Box, and I read Jujutsu Kaisen.
So
All right, that's my list.
so
of
you've
3.
read a lot.
It's just manga.
Just manga.
Good job.
Okay.
It's just manga.
You broke the order.
Not just. Not just.
Also, if anyone's
read
listening to this
manga.
and they're like, "Wow, this guy's never read a book in his life," I was reading a lot more last semester. So please forgive me.
All right, then I guess I'll go.
He's very intellectual. Don't worry about it.
I know every math.
I guess I'll start it off.
I
What,
feel like you can say your 3. and
say
then
my
we
3.
can-
Okay. I think I just have 2.
So you're
Like Danny, I
Say
haven't
your
read.
2. Or you're 1, or you're done.
All right, what's
All right, so if you
I promise
Do
you're
you know
really
all the math?
intellectual.
no, I don't know the math.
were you also drawing?
No, he knows the
games?
quick maps though.
So my 2, this year I caught up with. I'm keeping up with
The Kardashians.
No, not with the Kardashians. I don't know what's going on there. But by keeping up, I'm whatever the library has, because I don't buy graphic novels anymore, because I got that Hoopla app that my library, the Miami-Dade Public Library offers. And what
Nice.
I've been reading is Daredevil. I've been keeping up with the Daredevil, the Chip Zdarsky run, and I've been really enjoying it. Elektra's Daredevil now, and that was pretty gangster.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
What happened
Is
to
that a
Matt?
spoiler?
Nah, he's in jail like always.
Bruh, this guy
He's in jail, and he became a pacifist
He-
in order to atone his sins.
He never learns. He
That-
never learns.
Catholic guilt is like the theme for Daredevil. Like, I feel bad for him. Someone has to release him from this Catholic guilt, because he just puts it all on himself, and he just tries to.
So he
Over-
chooses to be in jail.
Yeah, he chooses to be in jail.
This guy.
So I read that, and then what else did I read? And then I caught up. I bought, when I got sick for COVID, I bought all of the Vinland Saga manga, or whatever was available, and I really enjoyed that, man. It's a beautiful story of forgiveness and learning to forgive yourself and redemption, and I really recommend it. So those are my 2: Daredevil and Vinland Saga, a graphic novel and a manga. Danny
Beautiful.
and I are in the same
Beautiful.
page.
Yeah. But that's okay, right?
That's okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
What about
Yeah.
you, Gabe?
I read the Constitution
Oh,
in
You-
like a pocket-sized version.
were you trying to find
The whole
hidden?
thing?
You wait.
Were you
That's
trying to
weird,
find hidden
'cause
treasure?
I saw a pocket-sized Constitution today.
That is weird.
That's freaky.
That's a sign. That's a sign
for
for you to read the Constitution.
Because I was like, that's funny, and then I was like, wait, Gabe wasn't there.
I wasn't. But this is your sign to either read the Constitution or watch National Treasure.
Yeah.
Um.
Did you find
think I'll
any
watch
hidden
National
hidden treasure?
Treasures.
No.
No. Any
Not yet.
clues? Okay.
The friends we made along the way.
No. But this year, I finished the first part of the first Thrawn trilogy. I read what is it? Thrawn Treason. That's what it's called.
That's a.
I did it like simultaneously with like an audiobook because the audiobook productions are so freaking good.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, I've said it before. If you're a Star Wars fan, I recommend these books completely.
Thrawn-Trither. What is it?
What?
It was a tongue twister for me.
Thrawn Treason?
Thrawn-Treason.
Treason? It's like a tree had a son. Tree.
Thrawn-Treason.
What?
Why does Thrawn sound like he's like Nordic or something?
Oh my god.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn-Treason.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn. Man, THR together is hard for me to pronounce. Thrawn-Treason.
Treason.
Treason.
There you go.
Treason. Oh, it's like tree zone. Okay.
Are you sure you've read a book before?
Threesome.
I'm not too sure. It's not looking too good.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn-Treason.
Brother of Bjorn and Ragnar. Anyways, so yeah, Thrawn Treason. And oh yeah, the big one, probably one of the biggest books I've read. Fellowship of the Ring.
That's
Lord
my
of the Rings,
accomplishment.
Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah, I honestly, it took me a while, but I was really happy. I finished it finally. I mean, it's probably gonna take me 15 years to read the next two, but
It's so descriptive.
yeah, they're like singing songs for like
2 chapters?
2 chapters for like 30% of that book.
Bro, for real.
They're singing, and especially like when you're listening to the audiobook, they just released it like
And they're actually singing?
yeah, it's just what's his name? It's I'm
Ron.
say I'm a Gollum. What's his name?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, which does a fantastic job in narrating. You okay?
That's my goal.
That's his goal.
That's my goal.
Sound like a cat.
So,
Same thing.
Yeah, Andy Serkis narrates, and he does a fantastic job with all the voices. You could see how it's like, oh yeah, this guy was in the movies, and he's watched the
he
movies.
does all the voices?
Yeah, he does all of them. So
Oh,
like
that's pretty
Gandalf, and it's
cool.
like, oh, this is his take on Ian McKellen. That's
Okay,
pretty cool.
does he do a take on Ian McKellen or on, like his take on Gandalf?
It sounds like I don't know when he
Ian
says it, I'm just
McKellen is
picturing Ian
Gandalf.
McKellen. So
Okay.
but yeah, that was a big one. I love to see the difference between the movie and the book, which there are a lot. And I mean, again, I've said this before, but the way that they adapted it to film is just blows my mind compared to like what they had to go off of. So that it really is a feat.
Are you saying it should have been a musical?
What?
It should have been a musical.
I mean, The Hobbit was a musical. Look how that turned out.
Is it? I mean, there's a lot of humming by dwarfs.
No, yeah, those are my 3, right? Yeah,
You said 2.
the Constitution.
Oh, the Constitution. My bad. Yeah.
I mean,
Forgive me,
I mean, if we want to put it the other one was going to be JJK, which I think is my first manga that I've read.
I'm so proud of you.
But after like watching the anime and watching the prequel film, I was like, I need to know what's next. I need to,
I'm so
and
proud of
I
you.
was not disappointed at all because that like where the story goes, it's insane. And I would really recommend someone to watch it. But even like if you just wait for that to be animated, you're gonna lose your mind because
You're in for a treat, my friend.
I'm waiting for it to be done so I can read it.
it's
Oh,
wild.
it's almost done.
I know. I'm almost
wild.
gonna read it.
But yeah,
What does almost done mean? Like how many?
Like 2
He said
years.
No, he said he was wrapping up. He said he was ready to. So it'll be done soon.
Ahoy. What about you, Leanne? What are your 3
Ahoy.
books?
Okay, 3 books are this book called It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I can't tell you the plot because if I tell you the plot, it'll ruin the book. But it's a really popular book.
Yes, I saw a joke on Twitter about Colleen Hoover, but I don't know if it was funny or not.
Yeah, she's like,
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
send it so I can tell you if it's funny or not.
Okay, now.
She's like known for writing. She writes romance books, but she's known for writing books that have like really big plot twists in them, and usually hurt a lot emotionally. This was no exception. A lot of times people say to read the trigger warnings on this book, but if you do, again, I think it gives away the plot. So do it at your own risk if you decide to read it. But yeah, it was a really moving book. I don't know if it was the best book I read, but it was very moving, if that makes sense. So that book. Second would be this book called technically House of Sky and Breath, but it's the second book to a series that's called Crescent City by an author named Sarah J. Maas. She's written a lot of books that are really popular. This is like her newer adult series. So the second book of that came out. That was also really good. It has like a really big cliffhanger at the end that I can't talk about because it will also spoil the book, but that was really good. And then my third book is this book called Book Lovers by an author named Emily Henry, who is also really popular right now. And it is essentially a book about people who are book lovers. Obviously, the plot is deeper than that, but that was also good. And those are my three.
Cool.
Quick question: do you know how many books you've read? Like, do you keep count how many books you read during the year? Or sorry to put you on the spot, but
I do keep count. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
I need to do better.
Yeah.
because I'm about to hear her number and I'm about to feel terrible about myself.
Same.
What's your number?
I've read.
What's your book count?
37 books.
Oh wow.
37.
37.
I said it.
That's not even. Listen, there's people on not even on the internet in the world that I'm like on Bookstagram, and there are people who read like people are like on their 90th book of the year, which is insane to me.
I'm so proud of them.
Do these people like?
That's incredible.
Do these people? Well, I don't know how you would know this, but
how do they consume?
Do they like consume like other types of like
media
content?
Yeah.
I assume you can't, right?
They gotta like not be on
There's
like
no
social
way.
media or watching TV. They gotta
or
like
movies. Like,
they gotta meal. They have to meal prep for the week. Read their book, heat up their food, read while they're listen to the audiobook while they're eating, and then go back to reading. Go to bed, listen to the audiobook while they sleep.
Yeah.
For school.
What about work?
What about kids? What if you have kids?
Oh yeah.
What if you have?
Oh, social events.
It's a whole other thing.
That's what they'll do.
So 37 is mine though.
That's insane. What they'll do is they'll read the books to their kids.
Leonie, keep me accountable. Keep me accountable.
I will.
Check on me.
I will.
Me too.
Thank you.
But with manga.
Danny's gonna open his TikTok and
manga counts.
Book talk.
Yes, I'm gonna get on Bookstagram and Book Talk.
Do you have
Keep me
a
accountable.
man? What's the name of that website?
Let's start a book club.
That has like you put your progress and your reading. I have an account, but I forgot the name of it.
Did Danny just say
Yeah,
a book club?
Goodreads.
I think we should.
That's
yeah,
interesting.
that's what I said.
I have Goodreads.
Oh, I have that too.
Very
Goodreads.
interesting, Danny.
I've only finished one book. So.
That's okay. I've only actually started using Goodreads for real to track things this year.
Nice.
I'm going to
But it's been
download
nice.
that. As
Do it.
Yes.
All right then. So
Have to do better.
that ends our book category. If you need a book recommendation, you can always go to Leanne. DM her.
And ask
Yeah.
her for
And
ask her for a book
And ask her
recommendation.
for a book recommendation. A Colleen
Happy
Hoover.
to do it.
And if you see a Colleen Hoover meme,
I've only read
send
2 of
it
her
to
books,
Leanne.
but yeah.
Are they both good though?
They were both quality.
That's 100% record right there.
There
There you go.
Doesn't miss.
All right, guys. Our next category is music.
Oh, it is.
It is, yeah. What about you, Danny? What musics?
Did
I don't know.
consume
Yeah,
for the first?
Treason.
What 3
Oh,
musics
man.
have you
This is
consumed?
hard for the first
What 3
time.
musics?
Daniel Musicson.
Yeah.
Oh man, because
well,
I don't really consume.
The first one off the top of my head, I did a deep dive on the Black Keys.
Oh
And
my goodness.
Turning Blue,
bro.
Nice.
Turning Blue has been just these last few months has been just my album, and it has really carried me through.
That is crazy, man.
Were you gonna say that too, Gabriel?
Not that album, but that band, yeah. But it's okay. Turning Blue is a fantastic album. I heard it. I think that came out when I was graduating high school. It's a really good album. I think it is.
It's so good all the way through.
Personally, I was
Beautiful.
thinking because me and Danny were having this conversation earlier about like the Black Keys' best album, and he was saying it's Turning Blue, and I was like, I have to fact check that. So recently, I've actually been going. So I guess Danny
That's a great
put
album.
me on again, but I was looking back, and I think El Camino. It's between El Camino and Two Brothers, or Brothers is what it's called, I think. But I think those two albums, and then Turn Blue is really good. And I'm gonna buy tickets to go watch a concert after this.
And I'm probably gonna go with you.
All right, bet.
Send me that link.
You guys are all invited if you want to come. Black Keys in August.
I only listened to that Turning Blue
In
album.
August?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to...
Is it Miami?
Never mind. We can offline about this.
Orlando?
West Palm.
Where is West Palm?
I feel like nobody comes to Miami anymore. It must be like super complicated to book things
For
in Miami.
real? Or yeah, maybe it's just not worth it. I wonder how they do that. Like how concerts do that. Like I guess they like look up their demographics and see like.
I don't know. Bad
It's
Bunny.
usually
Came
That
to,
is a
Bad
good
Bunny came to
question.
Miami.
Because I'm always wondering is like
I think Bad Bunny has to come to Miami.
yeah, he does like 5 shows. He's like, oh, you guys want another one? I'm gonna add another one, sell out. But yeah, I always think that's interesting. I'll probably look into that some more.
Cool. All right, for me, I'm gonna. If I don't say this one, one of you guys is gonna say it. For me, is "Unlimited Love" by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's a good one, man. Oh, it's a good one.
That's
good
probably
one,
the
except-
only new album I've listened to
Solid.
this year.
That's fine.
How do you feel about it?
How do I feel about it? I like it a lot. I know George and I were conversing about it. He said he wasn't technically he was mentioning that he wasn't completely satisfied with it. And he said something that I thought was interesting. He mentioned that he felt like Anthony Kiedis' lyrics were like the worst part of the album.
Really?
And I was like,
agree, actually.
and I was like-
Interesting.
Usually I don't really pay attention to his lyrics because I'm just so. But then and then it was just a weird conversation because they were saying even Danny was in it, and I got offended when he said this. They were saying that Josh Klinghoffer's 2 albums are better than this one, and I was like, I don't know about this. Frusciante's back.
But is it? Do you think there's any Frusciante bias in that?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course there's
Okay,
a
but-
Don't
Frusciante
you
okay,
think
but
you're
it-
a little biased?
I appreciate your
but is the Frusciante bias carrying that notion, or is it like?
No, I mean I really like.
Come on.
I really
You
like.
The Getaway.
No, I mean Josh is good. I should prefer Frusciante. I think that the Chili Peppers without Frusciante are all right.
I don't
The
know.
Getaway
Those two
was
albums
so
were those two
good.
albums were
They're good. Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm with you, but there was like only 1 or 2 songs that I really loved in one. I'm with you, and then I didn't even try with a Getaway.
How many do you love in Unlimited Love? Because I'm not arguing that Josh is better than Frusciante. I'm just saying.
It kind of
that-
sound like you are,
It kind
Danny.
of sounds like you're
Like
saying.
kind of
he
saying
is.
like Frusciante is inferior to Klinghoffer.
Do I have to play into this? Because I will.
you can
You don't need to play into anything because that's what you believe. That's headcanon
All right,
now.
that's exactly what I believe. The Getaway is the best Red Hot Chili Peppers album, and I'll die on that hill.
Oh
Bold
man, that's
statement.
like a small hill to die on.
That's not even a hill,
That's
bro.
not- yeah,
That's
it's
like
like
a
a-
mound. That's
it's
like
like
a
a-
pitcher's
Not even a
mound.
That's
word.
an anthill.
Hill? Yeah, it's an ant.
That's a hot take.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's to me that was the album. I love that album. Which is a song that I'm always singing. That's the thing. I haven't listened to it like enough to.
I mean, the main one.
No, not the main one. I mean that. What I like about it is that you.
Oh, Poster Child.
Yeah, Poster Child's my favorite.
I will be your host.
Yeah. What about you, Gabe?
I'm gonna start off with one I actually heard pretty recently. Florence and the Machine, her new album.
I like
think
her
it's
voice.
I haven't listened to that yet.
Dance Fever. Pff, bruh. This album is fantastic. I mean, I've loved Florence since the high school days, and that hasn't really changed. But at the same time, it's kind of I haven't really been like up to date with like some of her last albums. So this one kind of just like rekindled the fire. I think this album is fantastic. I don't know if it's really strong. I don't know if it's her best, but it's very strong in my opinion. But yeah, which I might even see if she's doing a concert here too.
All right, Leanne, what about you?
Is everyone just saying one?
For now, yeah.
I can say a second one. I
It
think
doesn't matter.
that's my limit there.
Mine is Harry's House by Harry Styles.
After
That was
I said mine,
that was my number 2.
I was like, I should have said it just
So
to mess
good.
with Leonie, but I missed my.
I knew. It's fine. Yeah, it's perfect as far as I'm concerned. I love it. It's like not too long, and I love the sound top to bottom. Am I biased because I love Harry Styles? Yeah.
No, but
Is the album still really
that
good?
album's
Also, yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
It brought back the Gabe and I were talking about.
Oh,
It brought
the-
back
the Apple commercials?
iTunes commercials.
Man,
with
those
the
Mm.
colors.
those like they used to
Those
do
are
like
feel-good
the
commercials.
iPod. It was like the iPod commercials back in the day,
Yeah.
and they used to have like the silhouettes and the colors and just every
Yeah, like
song.
the iPod Nano commercials.
Yeah, every song that they had in those commercials, for me was a banger, and I would go.
Yeah.
I would
That's
go
this
and
album.
find and I would go and find the song and the artist that did it, and I would just follow their careers throughout the rest of it. They put me on to so much good music, and then they kind of disappeared. They kind of came back a bit with like the AirPod Pros, but it wasn't like
They were a little different.
yeah, they
though.
weren't like the
did
whole
colorful
colorful
silhouette
thing,
stuff.
but it was nice to see like Harry's song featured for
It
this
fits
commercial.
perfectly,
I
too.
love it. I love it.
That like nice pop. Over
That one's a
those
sushi one, right?
visuals is
Yeah. Are you a fan of that one?
Oh, I've only listened to like a few songs, and I jokingly just said I started trolling people on the internet about it, saying on social media like this song sucks, but I really enjoyed it.
So good. It is so good.
All right, Dan. Second one
Agreed.
for you.
Let me open my phone real quick to make sure I don't say it wrong. Okay, yes. The Homework 25th Anniversary by Daft Punk.
Nice.
I always listen to like the later half of Daft Punk, but I went back. That album is amazing. And I love Daft Punk and I miss them and it hurts.
For real.
Come back, Daft Punk.
They made
It hurts.
Daft Punk is so good at what they do. They just like they went on Tron Legacy and just did their thing and dropped one of the best film scores that I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, that's gonna be it. I was really excited for them to do the next one, but I guess life happens and it wasn't in the cards.
Maybe they come back for it.
Maybe they come back for it. I'm not gonna get my hopes
Yeah,
up. 'cause
don't.
They probably won't.
Don't do that.
Listen,
to me.
I'm praying
that
they
would be
come
epic.
back.
Don't give
for
me hope,
one
but I'll cry.
last tour.
Maybe they'll do like music for the ride or something.
They have a Twitch.
That
I
would be
have to
cool.
go tune in.
They have a Twitch.
They have a Twitch channel, yeah.
They have a Twitch?
I thought they
Are
retired.
they active on Twitch?
I don't know. I saw them promoting it.
Are they playing video games?
I don't even know what them was. I'm trying to remember what I saw it on.
I was gonna say, yeah. What do they stream?
I have
they
not
like
seen
Is it just them mixing music? Because I could watch that for probably my entire life.
Let me see. In the meantime, who's next?
For me, this year I watched a documentary by Edgar Wright called The Sparks Brothers, and it got me into this band called The Sparks, an old school band. Now she's listening to their discography, and I really enjoyed their stuff. They're pretty ahead of their time. And yeah.
What genre are they?
What genre are they? They're really, I can't really put, I think they're pop rock. I can't really explain it. They're
Alternative.
alternative. Yeah, they like they're constantly changing their style. That's one of the cool things about
They're a
them.
rock pop duo.
Yeah, there's these two brothers. They're in their 70s now. But I guess they were big, but they weren't too big. Like I guess they weren't relatively known. But a lot of musicians were inspired by them. Frashante and both Flea were both inspired by them. So yeah, I've been listening to some of their older, like their first few albums, and I really enjoyed them. The Sparks Brothers, or the Sparks. They're called the Sparks. Hi, Gabriel. Treason.
Treason. This album actually came out like 2 years ago, but I feel like I didn't really. I might have heard like a song or two, but I didn't really listen to it. It was the Strokes album, the Strokes last album.
Oh yes, love that album.
The adult. Oh no, that's the Adult Are Talking has been one of the songs I listen to like every other day. I absolutely love the new Abnormal is what it's called.
That album's so good.
That album's so good.
It is because I'm not gonna lie. What was the one that they had before?
You know what? That's my third option too.
The Machu Picchu one, was it called Angles?
I like.
Oh, that was old though.
I can't believe I'm gonna see them in Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Also, yeah, that to me is like I'm seeing two of my favorite bands and Thundercat
in one show.
The fact that one of them's an opener is
at the same on the same show, it blows my mind. I don't think I've ever been as excited for a concert in my life.
The closest thing I can think of is when the Foo Fighters opened for the Chili Peppers, which I thought, man, that's
when
that's crazy.
Not ours, right?
What? How old were you when this happened?
I think this was for Californication, and I thought, wow.
Oh, but you weren't there.
I wasn't there. But I thought, man, that's like the closest thing I can compare it to.
Oh, but
because
that's
you
like
have
what?
such a big, you have a popular band
That's
like
99.
Yeah, you have a popular band like the Strokes.
Oh, you talking about now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
opening for the Chili.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bro, that's like a 3-in-1 right there.
I'm sure
Mhm.
Thundercat's
will
awesome
be
too,
cool
yeah.
too. Man, are we ready, guys?
When is that again?
My body is ready.
The 29th.
Don't know if you'll ever be fully ready for that.
30th.
It's on a 30th.
Yeah.
It's on a Tuesday, right?
I'm taking my a thick day that day at work.
A what? A thick
Of
day?
A
August?
thick day.
You taking a
Gotta
thick
take
day?
thick
I'm taking a thick
He's
day.
taking a thick day.
Taking a thick day.
Of August, yes. And I think that the Black Keys concert is the week before that. So,
Ooh. Gabriel's gonna.
so yeah, and that's when I get on break. So
Stress.
I'm gonna live through those 2 weeks. Man, wow, that album is so good. Okay, that was mine.
What about you, Leanne?
Mine would be Rex Orange County's new album called Who Cares.
Ooh,
That album
dang,
also
I
no
forgot I
skips.
even listened to that.
Fantastique, c'est magnifique.
Ooh.
So
I gotta
good.
check it out.
I regret not seeing him on tour. And now he's only in Europe,
That's bad.
and it sucks. But
I mean,
yeah.
you can always fly to
But-
Europe.
yeah, that one's really good. My passport actually expired like a month ago,
Oh, heartbreak, pain.
which is terrifying, actually.
What's
So, I gotta read.
what's the guy's name again, or
Rex
band's
Orange
name?
County.
Is that a person
Rex
band?
Orange County.
Is that a one-man show? or-
It's a person.
Okay.
It is a person. I think his name is Rex, though maybe not.
That's a cool name.
I think the name is Rex.
Yeah, my name's Rex.
Rex
His
here.
his real name is Alex O'Connor.
That's not a Rex.
That's a cool name too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a
he's
cool name. Why
related
do you
to
change- why-
Sarah.
Why do you start
Connor.
going by Rex?
Where's the O? It's just silent.
Yeah,
It's
you-
So it says
it's Irish.
the name
Sarah
Rex
Connor.
Orange.
it's Irish.
He says the name Rex Orange County is based on a teacher given nickname the OC after his surname O'Connor,
Oh.
and I guess people call him
Mm.
Rex.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
did
cool.
not know that.
What genre does he play?
I guess it's like alternative indie.
Yeah, it's indie alternative.
I'll check it out.
pop,
I'll
a
check
little
it
bit
out.
Pop.
Yeah, you've probably maybe not. I was gonna say you've probably heard one of his songs, but maybe not.
I mean, there was one of them on TikTok that was like really the
Yeah, Pluto
rounds.
Projector, I think is very
Yeah,
popular on
yeah, yeah.
TikTok.
All right, Dan.
Anyways, that's mine.
What about you, Dan?
I guess my last one. I did a bit of a deep dive on Sum 41 because I love like 2 of their songs, but I was like, you know what? Let me look into this, and their album "Does This Look Infected" is awesome. So that's my third one.
Excellent album name.
Does this look
Yeah.
infected?
Yep.
What's their group name? What's sorry?
Sum 41,
Oh, okay. When did that come out?
2002.
Ah,
When you were born?
Yeah, I might be a little bit late to this one.
wait, you were born in 2002?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think for me, yeah, like I said, what's the Stroke album? When the Adults Are Talking?
No.
What's it called? The Adults Are
The
Speaking?
new abnormal.
Yeah, that's...
There's nothing has nothing to do with adults.
No, they have a song called The Adults Are Speaking, right?
Yes.
The adults are talking.
Or talking.
So good.
Someone's communicating.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. What about you, Gabe? Your third one?
My third one. It's kind of a tie right now. That's a hard one. But I will say, I've been listening to, this one isn't the pick, but I will just, it's an honorable mention for me. Dua Lipa's album that came out a while ago, but that's what I've been listening to a lot recently. And then you guys said Red Hot Chili Peppers, so couldn't take that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with London Grammar.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna add in that I also listened to Dua Lipa's album a lot. But I guess because we saw her live this year.
It is so good.
I literally listened to it on repeat, and I've been looking for this blue vinyl of that album, Future Nostalgia, for a long time. I literally just got it this week. For like 6 months, I was looking
Oh, you
for
found
it?
it?
Yep.
That's amazing.
I'm really excited.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're
Carry
good.
on.
Yeah, Dua Lipa's the honorable mention, but I think one of the big ones. This one came out 2 years ago as well. But it's Dreamland by Glass Animals. That's also
so good.
constantly on repeat, and I'm kind of jealous. Liani got to watch them live, because they did not come to Miami, and I actually have a sad story about that. I think they came around like 2016, 2017. They were gonna have a concert in Miami, and then my friend Romel was going to. We're gonna go. We bought tickets, and on the way there, we Ubered there, and when we get to the on the way there in the car, our Uber driver was like Toad playing Mario Kart. He was probably the most unsafe driver that I've ever experienced. Except for this, one of my new classmates. He's pretty bad. Shout out Uriel. But on the way to the concert, I couldn't find my ticket. Like it wasn't popping up, and I was like, this is strange. So I called StubHub and I was like, hey, I can't see it. They couldn't find it. They didn't know what was going on. And then I was freaking out. I was like, did I just cause a blunder? Like Romel, like he flew in to come see this concert, and I'm just scrambling to find these tickets. And then I was like, all right, let me see what they say on social media. Only for me to find out that the drummer actually had he was biking, and he got hit by a truck.
Oh no!
And I'm pretty sure he had a TB. He had a traumatic brain injury, and it was pretty bad. He was in critical condition.
So they canceled the tour?
They canceled. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they did show. I don't think they did shows again, but because he had to recover. But
wow.
But yeah, he
they canceled. I'm pretty sure they canceled the tour.
Yeah, they couldn't make it, and I never got to see them. But I mean, I'm glad he's doing well. He was able to get back on it, and Liani was able to see them live, and they just dropped I love the previous albums, but Dreamland has to be I think I love every single one of their albums, but Dreamland is wow, this is amazing. It's probably their best album.
Okay.
But
I would agree with that.
Loved it.
Okay, what about you, Liani? Third album.
To be honest, I did not have a third one. I don't listen to those. That's the only new music I've listened to. I listened to Kendrick Lamar's new album a bit, but not all the way through, so I can't really put it on the list.
Who?
And I listened to
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
They tell me he is the greatest rapper.
I listen.
I don't know. If
I don't know
true
if I'm
or not.
the person
I don't know if that's true or not.
to confirm that, but he's very good. I listen to a lot of like classical music, but like more in playlist form, so I don't know that counts.
What about that new stuff Beethoven dropped? I heard that was. I heard that was.
Yeah, it's fire.
Wasn't it post-human?
Yeah, he
What was the?
piano over some 808s.
What about that
He
other
went
guy,
crazy.
Vivaldi? He had that like that season,
never heard of him.
that Seasons album or something like that.
I haven't heard of him. What is
It was wild. He dropped like these like songs of the Four Seasons.
Mm.
They named like hotels after it and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It was pretty sick.
dang.
And that all happened this year.
I hope he gets royalties.
You could have been alive at any point in time, but 2022. I'm telling you, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. And that concludes our music section. Now we're gonna go to anime. You ready, Danny boy?
I actually haven't even watched much anime.
Oh, Danny boy, why haven't you
No,
watched
I'm sorry.
some anime?
All right, 3 off the top of your head right now. Go.
Awashi, Spy X Family. Man, have I even watched the third one this
Yeah, you have.
year?
Yes, you have.
Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah, give me
Ah.
I can't even remember what it's called.
Bro,
Ranking of
Ranking
Kings.
of Kings.
Yeah,
dog.
Ranking of
I
Kings,
haven't even
thank you.
seen that.
I haven't finished any of them.
Did you like any of them?
I love all three.
Oh, okay, good.
But I haven't watched much anime this year. I got to change that.
What have you been
This
up to
summer.
then?
What have you been up to?
No reading,
Oh,
no
the entire
anime.
first
It's listen.
5 months of my year was consumed by school. So
Yeah,
Ugh,
just drawing, just
School
not doing
sucks.
math.
yeah.
yeah, no math, just drawing.
Hmm.
Okay.
What about you, Link?
For me, Ranking of Kings is one of them. Rising of the Shield Hero.
Interesting.
Season 2?
Haven't watched season 2 yet, but I watched.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
watched
that's right.
season
You
1.
finished the first season. Did you like it?
I liked the beginning, and then at the end, I was like, okay, I'm not sure where this is going. And what else have I watched? Yeah, I'm really enjoying Ayawashi. Watched today's episode with Gabriel. It was beautiful.
Man, I'm behind like
Except-
2 episodes.
I mean, it's great.
It's great. but
Except
there's
it's
only
kind of
one
frustrating.
flaw.
It's
Yeah.
kind of frustrating. This guy, like, what's his name?
Ayo? Ashido?
Ashito?
Ashito. This guy, like, and I get it. It's an anime. You're supposed to have internal dialogues and stuff like that. But
This guy thinks
but
too much
you
while
got a
playing
whole
soccer,
you
bro.
had a whole game going on, and it's just like it bothers me. It bothers me how much this guy just talks and says the most obvious things. But that's the only thing that bothers me, and it's a very minor gripe because the show's awesome.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What about you?
Me, I binged Haikyuu, and that was sick. That was, man. I really love volleyball. I played as like my second sport, aside from soccer, and
Remember we were in a volleyball team together?
yeah, we did champions. Oh, we didn't win that team. Never mind.
No, I didn't.
No, but I remember I've always heard about this anime. I mean, I guess it took me a while to get into it, but once season 4 dropped, everyone was like, yeah. So we put it on. Usually when I'm with Dan and his brother, they kind of just put on anime and I watch. And I think every time I'm just like, man, this is so good. So I'm grateful to you guys for that because that has been fantastic. Haikyuu is so good.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait. Like this past season, I think is the best season.
I
In my
agree.
opinion.
I think it's perfect.
Oh dang, I had to catch up then.
You haven't seen it?
I stopped at 2.
What?
Yeah, he stopped at 2.
I thought he was caught up.
No, I stopped
Nope.
at 2. Because Hulu only has until 2, and then I haven't just watched it. Once I got Crunchyroll, I stopped. I don't even have it on my.
Okay.
on my list.
Did you say 3? You just go 3 straight or?
Yeah, I did Rising of Shield Heroes, Ranking of Kings, and Ayawashi.
All right, I'll say Haikyuu. Attack on Titan actually. I was actually surprised because they were losing me, and then they kind of brought me back.
Bro, that one scene with Mikasa, bro. Boy.
Bro.
Every
Um,
scene with Mika.
Bro, Mikasa literally, like, not only does she take the Levi spot, but she also takes her spot. And
She's
Bruh.
related to him.
Bruh.
Um,
Name a more BA female character than
Wait, was
Mikasa.
the
Sakura.
Who?
was
Daddy's
was Demon Slayer this year?
That was also this year, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it started at the end of last year, but it was the movie, so it doesn't really count. I'll put Demon Slayer as my third. Because that penultimate episode, the animation was
Awesome.
that's S tier, bro. Like it was. It's probably the most beautiful animation I've seen. Not that I'm a aficionado or anything, but it was beautiful.
Oh,
And then the
man, I
last
gotta
episode
read more
just kind
books, watch more anime. What is happening?
That's okay. Don't get overwhelmed. It's a numbers game.
I hate physics.
All right, that's it for me.
What about you, Leanne?
Attack on Titan was on my list. I wanted to put the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie. That counts in my head, so I'm
I was
put it
gonna
on
say
there.
that under movies.
That counts.
That's fine. I'll put it on my. You can put it in your movies, or it can be both. Why not? Third. I don't know. I haven't finished Death Note. It's good, but it's a little dark, so I kind of have to take breaks from it. And I'm still on season 3 of Naruto. It's gonna take me like 10 years to watch it. I will finish
That's
it,
okay.
and when I do,
What's okay?
I will
Take your
message
time with
the
it.
world about
I don't
it.
think that's a problem.
I just want to get to Shippuden. I'm struggling so much.
No, but enjoy little Naruto.
So much
while
content.
you
It's my worst
have him.
nightmare with TV.
Enjoy the music while you have it, because
yeah.
it's the best music.
It
Exactly.
stresses me out. It's like dun, dun. It's a
so
lot.
good.
It's so
Okay, my
good.
word, I'm so
Like
stressed.
I added so
Um,
many songs to that
yeah.
playlist when I go to the gym. Like from the
Yeah, me
OG
too.
Naruto soundtrack. It's just so good. Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
No, you didn't. You're good. That was it for mine.
All
Was that
right.
it for anime?
That's for anime. Now the last one, movies. Go ahead, Danny boy.
Don't say.
Obviously Top Gun
Don't say-
Maverick.
All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.
Is that your number one? Is that your best movie of the year?
Right now it is. This is such a
Dude,
fun
there's
movie.
just so many.
But there's a lot of good movies.
The amount of times that I've heard Danny say this movie saved my life has been
Yeah,
After
has
more
been
You know
immense.
what? It saved mine too.
Because,
I believe in the power.
Because man, share your
It's-
feelings, Danny. You said it first. Go ahead.
It's just that movie. Everyone I take loves it. Everyone who watches it loves it. It's such a feel-good
it.
movie.
It's
If you
Tom
leave that
Cruise's
theater,
best movie.
yeah, I agree. And if you leave that theater and you don't feel happy, you're dead inside. That movie's beautiful.
The movie's amazing.
Um,
I don't know what else I can
I
say about
agree.
it.
Yeah.
Probably tied up there for me. But what about you, Link?
For me, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Fantastic.
I think that's my I think that might be my movie of the year so far. And I've said that 3
Solid.
times.
That's
this
also on
year.
my list.
That's also on my list.
But
So-
yeah, I'm just more inclined to comedy, so I should love this movie so much. Nah. It was beautiful. What about you, Gabe?
Top Gun. Maverick.
Top Gun
Nice.
Maverick.
Yeah, I mean, like what Danny said, but like times 1,000. I think it's just, I don't know why. Like I've been excited for this movie for such a long time, even though they've pushed it back like 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah, technically you saved
Yeah,
my
it's
life because you got
crazy.
us tickets.
I bought a T-shirt when I heard that they were announcing this movie, and then they pushed it back, and I hadn't worn it until that day that I watched the movie. And I didn't realize, like, I knew that I was obviously excited for it. I liked the movie as a kid. I love the movie as a kid. But watching it in theaters, watching it in a Dolby theater with you guys, and just, it was an experience. It was one of the best cinematic experiences I've had in a long time. Tom Cruise is a G. Rooster's a G. I like, subconsciously,
Hangman's
had a mustache because of this movie, and then I realized that it was
Hey,
a trend.
When did he lose it?
Like a week later.
Did you realize, or did I?
really
or
just
did I
looked
tell
to
you?
check.
Because usually when I shave my beard off, I leave something for a little bit of time and then that's it. Like I'll just go back to babyface. But I kept the mustache and I was like, oh, it's like in the movies, whatever. And then I remember like Liani had sent it to me. She's like, oh, another fallen soldier. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, the internet is doing this. This is the new viral trend. And I was like, what?
So many people in LA have mustaches.
And then after that, it was just like on TikTok, I saw people doing it. Like you were sending me TikToks about it. And then I was going to the gym and everyone was having mustaches.
Yeah.
I was walking through. This guy was doing, he was benching. He was in his rest set. He looks at me, has a mustache when I had a mustache, and he just gave me like a nod. Like, it was like a brotherhood that I had for about a week. And
If I didn't love my beard so much, I would have done it too.
And it's
I really
just-
would have.
Would you say it was a Mario bro? The hood?
What?
You look satisfied with that joke, but
Because of the mustache?
no one else
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Brotherhood Mario.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Thank you.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Top Gun. I absolutely loved it. Everything Everywhere All at Once is also contender for movie of the year, in my opinion. But yeah, Leigh.
I agree with those because those were the other two on my list. The other one is the Batman.
Okay, so my list is done.
It's really Yeah.
Number one.
easy.
Did we all the same?
Nope.
The
Top three? Oh, I know what he's gonna say. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Bad.
What's
Well,
what's
The
yours?
Batman. let's-
Mine.
Okay, wait. Oh, sorry, Batman. Give Batman the.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's give Batman the honor it deserves because
That's-
this might
Which
be
go
the greatest
yeah.
detective movie I've ever seen in my life.
might be.
It probably is. Along with
I think
Zodiac.
I mean, you want to hear
I
about
don't
it?
know
We
how
have an
many-
episode about it. Listen to the Batman.
Yeah, go listen to it.
Oh, we do have an episode about it. Feels like
I just
forever
feel
ago.
like that feels like it feels like 6 months ago because it was almost 6 months ago. But it consumed my life
Or 3.
in the best way. Was it 3 months ago? Came out in March.
Yeah.
March, yeah.
the first
March?
few days of March.
March and June feel like so far apart.
Yeah.
Eons
crazy.
apart.
So many good movies have come in between.
Yeah, 2022 has been fantastic. And I
Yeah,
mean,
we've had
I
good
can't even
ones.
imagine what it was
Agreed.
like for you, Leigh, like you being there and actually having Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz and Paul Dano show up to your theater.
It was incredible. It was great. I'm sure that obviously makes me a bit biased to the experience in the movie, but
Nah.
that was really fun. Obviously, the hype before was great. Then seeing that and like they had the premiere across the street and they came in and surprised us and that was amazing. And then I saw it like 5 more times. I don't know how many times I saw that movie in theaters. A lot.
Yeah, I saw the movie in a healthy amount of time.
Yeah,
But
it was
I do
great.
that for a lot
It
of
was
movies.
like perfect,
And movie's beautiful.
pretty much.
I didn't
It's
think they could
gorgeous.
somehow make a movie as good as The Dark Knight.
But
But here
Right?
we are.
They're
I
two.
mean-
They're different movies, but
No. I'm
it's-
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying I didn't think I was gonna see something with that quality. Or
yeah.
I was like, oh my
who
goodness.
would have thought?
2022 has been a
Right.
great year.
So what is your? I mean, that kind of I guess goes through our list.
Yeah, okay. My list is different. My number 2, I watched it recently. Watched it Friday. And I fell in love with it. I watched Paddington 2 on Friday. And I don't think I've seen a movie with so much heart and so much it was such a pure soul. Like Paddington 2 can ride the flying Nimbus. That's how pure it is. It's
Did you watch one?
I watched 1 and I loved 1 and I've been wanting to watch 2, but I just didn't want to. I didn't know where to find it because it wasn't on streaming services yet. But then I watched, and this is my third one. But then I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and I loved that movie. I think it's my comedy of the year, and they reference it. They say, "Oh, it's such a great movie." So I watched Paddington 2, and they were right. This movie is a masterpiece. Like, this could have been a Pixar movie. That's how, like, it performed emotional terrorism in me. Like, I was crying at the end.
People speak really highly of those movies.
If you haven't
Like
seen,
people love
Yeah.
Paddington.
I love Paddington 1. And Paddington 2 is somehow even better.
Paddington won me over by that Twitter account that guy photoshops.
This guy photoshops Paddington,
Like
right?
photoshopping
That is
Paddington
one of the
every
best.
scene.
Every
Twitter
week
accounts.
it like makes my day.
That person
It's
knows
so
how
good.
to use social media correctly and art.
What are you trying to say?
If he were the only person on social media, on every social media platform, I'd be okay with
Yeah.
it.
No, that guy's.
I would.
I don't even follow him, and
I
he's
would
on my
want.
page
I would
all
want
the
that
time.
guy and Liani.
I want that guy and Leanne. Yeah. Leanne, can you start photoshopping Paddington in our
In all of our,
in our stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, man. If you haven't seen Paddington 2, watch it. You're gonna wanna eat a marmalade sandwich afterwards.
Never had one.
Was there something else that came out? Not the Northman. The
Uh,
Northman was good too, but
Honorable mention for me, another one, comedy
It
wise.
feels like something's missing.
there's so
Emergency. To me, that was like
Oh, that one's
another great comedy that
That's
I
great.
loved. I
Emergency was good.
think that's
I feel
on.
like I'm missing
I think
something.
that just came out on like streaming services. I'm
Oh,
pretty
bro,
sure.
what am I saying?
Yeah, that's on
Like,
Amazon Prime, I believe.
I watched like 35 movies this year, like in the span of a month.
Oh,
Like
wait,
watching the Oscars. Coda was amazing.
Coda was great.
Coda's
shit
That was
Coda-
this year?
Crap.
No. That
I
was
didn't
last
count that
year,
as
but
this year.
I watched it this year though.
But I watched it this year.
I watched all those movies this year from last year's.
Oh,
Best
then we're
Picture
going off of
nominations.
that list?
Oh, he watched it this year.
I
That's
mean,
why.
I consumed it
Well,
this
whatever
year.
you
So.
whatever you consumed.
Coda.
Coda's
Coda's
so
my
good, bro.
third pick. Whatever. I'm putting it on. I don't
Coda's
care.
fantastic.
Honorable mention Belfast. My
So good.
goodness.
Oh man, Sonic 2.
Wow. 2022, man.
It's been a great year for film.
man.
Like the greatest films, and then
It's been a great film year, man.
no
People say
one-
that comedy's dead. We've had great comedies this year. So, I don't know what these people are talking about.
All right. Does that round everyone?
Yeah.
That's round up everyone?
I think comedy should be in the Oscars.
I agree.
I got you, bro.
All right, guys. So that pretty much concludes our movie. Now we have an extra category here, and that's the most we have an anticipation category where we're each gonna say one thing that we're anticipating, we're excited for in each of the 5 categories that we said. So first one, I guess, TV. What about you, Dan? One thing that you're excited about?
Boy, I did not know we were doing this. What is coming out? Skip me.
All right, me. I'm gonna say Mob Psycho 100 season 3.
Dang it, that's a good one.
I'm really excited for that. It's coming out soon. I watched a trailer in Japanese. They didn't have subtitles. I don't know what's going on. It's better. So it's even better. What about you, Gabe? TV.
I'm like cautiously optimistic for that Lord of the Rings show.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
Oof.
So that's a lot of anticipation. So we'll see.
I
We'll see.
think it could be good.
We'll
I
see.
think it could be good.
What about you,
I
Leigh?
also think House of the Dragon could be good.
Yeah, that was my other. Pick. It was so good.
Yeah, House of the Dragon, Rings of Power, Part 2 of Stranger Things, also anticipated. The Crown. I love The Crown. The new season's coming out this year.
Is this season deal with Meghan Markle? Because I
No.
think that she should be the queen, because that lady is beautiful. And
She
so
is
kind.
gorgeous. I agree.
So kind. Such a big heart. What about you, Dan? Were you able to figure one out?
I'm currently Googling what's coming out this year. Let me just pick at random here. Ooh, wait, hold up.
Halo
I'm on
season
April. Let's see. My Wi-Fi is not working.
How is that a factual statement right now?
Yeah, we're talking through.
Yeah, how does that work?
Bro, listen, okay. Why is the Vogue website covered in just
Ads.
Advertisements?
It's worse.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
and just garbage? I do not want to pay. Don't make me pay for this.
Gotta use DuckDuckGo.
What? What's that?
You're
a
right,
web
that
browser.
is great.
That doesn't have.
DuckDuckGo is a web browser?
Yeah, it doesn't
Shout
have
out
any
to
commercials. I mean, advertisement.
DuckDuckGo
Yeah.
for
Interesting.
They sponsor the show. Thank you,
Is he
DuckDuckGo.
downloading DuckDuckGo?
I'm drawing a blank.
You're drawing?
Cobra Kai, I guess.
Cobra
Ah,
Kai.
yes.
Cobra Kai. Does that come out this year?
That's a good
When did
pick.
it come out?
Apparently,
September,
I think.
yeah.
I hope. I don't know.
Cool.
Comes out in
Jeez.
September.
All right, books. I'm waiting for a sequel to the Bible. Hopefully that comes out this year.
Is that like the Apocrypha or something?
I don't know. No, it's like in between Old Testament, New Testament.
It's in between?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, the Two Towers for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm highly anticipating reading
When you
that
read
next.
that one. For me, they're doing a Daredevil's. They're rebooting Daredevil again.
Is he going to be in jail again?
No. Because I can't. Because the library app hasn't gotten the newest stuff, so I can't really tell what's going on there. But I'm excited for whatever that is. Whatever's happening there in Daredevil 1. What about you, Leanne? Any
Are you talking about books?
Yeah.
Or TV?
books? I can see why you could. You thought
Oh yeah, I didn't know if you were talking about the Daredevil show. To be honest, I don't really know. There's a lot of books to read out in the world, so I don't have any like highly anticipated. Maybe there's a series I read called Zodiac Academy, and it had a really big cliffhanger, and the last book comes out in September, I think.
Ooh,
So
sounds interesting.
probably that.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, that's mine.
So I'm gonna go with a pocket-sized Constitution.
Mm.
Really looking forward to buying one. Reading it. Just going from there.
Bet. I'll hook you up.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Appreciate
Are
it.
you gonna look for treasure?
No, I already found it.
Absolutely.
No.
Nope, never mind. The friends.
Oh, Dan can
get along the
look.
way.
Dan can find it. Dan can look for it.
All right, now music. Any new music that you're anticipating? You're excited for? I
The
should,
Red Hot Chili Peppers concert.
It-
Escape out. I don't know what's coming out.
Yeah, I don't know what's coming
keep
out.
Track of that stuff.
Yeah, kind of like music just drops, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
Oh, yeah.
cool.
yeah, that's what happens.
I don't really
Maybe-
look in advance.
Beyonce announced an album.
Ah,
Ah,
Beyonce.
Does a comedy album
Maybe
count?
What?
Sure.
Like
A comedy album?
is it like stand up?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wanna-
sure.
I'm gonna hear
Sure.
whatever Chris Rock has to say now that he's going on tour.
is that?
He said he's not gonna really talk about it.
Ah,
I think that's the right play.
I still can't believe that happened.
What happened?
Thanks.
I just want.
Oh yeah.
What happened? I don't know.
I want comedians to start actually talk about that moment. Like want Chappelle.
I want us to actually talk about that one, but that'll never happen.
I
apparently.
want Chappelle. I want Chris Rock, Kevin Hart.
About what moment?
Talk about the Will Smith slap.
Will Smith slap somebody?
Yeah,
What do you slap?
Chris Rock
Oh, I wonder why we
When?
didn't talk about that. When did it happen?
When?
during the Oscars.
The Oscars?
Yeah,
What? We did an episode on the Oscars. There was nothing about it.
Yeah.
it's because remember we were watching the Oscars and the power went off, and then it came back on, and nothing ever. There was just something weird. Like the vibe was different when the power came back on for us. But yeah, we missed that
I
part.
did see that, but I didn't really get what happened. Wow, that's interesting.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Music for me.
Oh, I got one. Whatever Tupac has to release, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be heavenly.
I mean, I'm gonna say the concert. I'll say the concert, but yeah, I don't really, like you said, I don't really keep I don't really know when
Music.
musicians
know
just kind of
music
like after
drops.
Frank Ocean saying he's gonna drop an album and then for 3 years not drop, or however many long it was, felt like an eternity. I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna trust people.
Was it worth the hype that album that was released by him?
He released that one for Apple Music to get out of his contract, and then he released was it Blonde? I think. Then that was really good,
Yeah, it was worth it.
fantastic.
Okay.
But yeah, anime.
Anime, guys. What anime are you excited about? I can go.
What's coming out?
Vinland Saga Season 2. I'm excited for that.
I'm gonna watch season 1.
Do it.
Now that you told
Amazon
me about
Prime. This trailer came out. Once again, Japanese, no subtitles.
I
Don't know
finally
what's going
have an
on,
answer.
but I'm really excited for Season 2 of Vinland Saga. What's your answer, Danny?
Chainsaw Man.
Ooh.
I can't wait to see what they do with
These
this.
people explained to
People's
me what that was,
reaction.
and I was like, what?
Yeah, literally a man with chainsaw in his hands and
He
head.
is a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Hmm. For me, for anime, Attack on Titan, season 4, part 72, part A,
The
B
final-
part start.
The final season.
The final season, yeah.
Yeah. Part 32.
The
I'm
final season. Part
excited.
three?
I'm excited. I just hope like they really don't just say they're gonna wait another year to actually finish the show.
You know what? I thought you were
No,
gonna
I'll
they're
be so
they're
upset.
close enough to where they have to end it.
I thought-
Whenever JJK comes out, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say JJK.
I never know when that's gonna come out.
2023, boy.
Yeah. Oh, that's next year.
That's next year.
Beginning, yeah, sure. I'm gonna say
Got some
JJK,
time.
even though like I've been reading it. I'm really excited to see how they
To see
animate
that animated.
it. It'd be beautiful.
What about you, Leigh?
I was gonna say Tokyo Revengers season 2, but I think that comes out in January. But yeah, season 2 of that, because I think that's the last anime that I really, really loved.
Hype.
So good. Other than that, I just want to finish Naruto.
I believe in
Yeah.
So
Believe it.
Believe it.
Boruto for you then.
Believe it.
Oh,
No.
you. Boruto.
All right, guys. Now movies. What movie are you excited about watching?
Dude, what's coming out?
Nope. Yes,
I have.
nope.
I know some. I have.
Oh,
I
nope
have.
for you.
Oh, nope.
Yes,
Yeah.
for me it's nope.
I still don't really get what the premise of that movie is.
That's why
That's
I'm
that's
so
okay.
excited because I
has-
have no idea.
It's like horses.
No, it's about aliens, but
No, bro. There's
I've also seen that trailer a million times at this point.
and I will watch it a million more.
I'm excited for Thor, God of Love and Thunder. God of Thunder.
Mm.
Whatever it's called.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Thor, Love and Thunder. You know me, my boy Taika. Whatever he makes, I'm there. So give me more Korg. So I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that too.
2 weeks.
I hope it's good.
You know what? Taika has never let me down.
You're right.
Ever
His
since
pirate show?
His pirate.
Taika's movies have never let me down, with the exception of Shark and Eagle. But that was like his first movie, so I give him a pass. And they had and that movie's I like that movie. What about you, Gabe?
Dune Part 2.
When does that come out?
That's this year?
This next year.
That's not this year.
Oh, it's for
Still
this
hype,
year?
though.
It's for the second half
bro.
of 2020.
2022.
Oh,
We'll do next year when we do a yearly recap.
dog.
For the McGuffins.
McMuffins.
For the McMuffins award
McMuffins.
show.
Oh, actually, no. I'm really excited for. Oh no, they pushed that one. I was gonna say The Flash, but
Yeah, that movie might never
They-
come out.
they-
Actually,
they
I might
put-
be
they
very
put-
excited.
I doubt that's even gonna.
No, they
No,
said
it's
they
not
were
true.
gonna release it. They just said they weren't going to continue with.
Man,
him
that
as
press
the
that press
Flash
release is gonna be
after
so
this.
interesting with Ezra if he does it, because we might be in jail.
This
He-
is not-
he has no shot they're gonna
doubt.
do.
I doubt. Yeah, I
No
doubt
shot.
they'll do.
You know what? They should
press.
just release
It'll be
that
like
on HBO Max then, because if you're not gonna get even a press release, you're not
they
gonna promote
probably
it.
will do that.
I'm just gonna say my answer is I think it's called The Gray Man.
It's the Gray.
The Gray Man
What is
with
that?
The Gray Man?
The Gray Man with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, and Ana de Armas and the guy from Bridgerton, and I don't know. The cast is stacked. The Russos are doing it. Basically,
Is it a Netflix one though?
yeah. I mean, that's the closest thing I can think of.
Mm.
But yeah,
You like the Russo bros. What about you, Leanne?
I have a list. Don't Worry, Darling is coming out this year
oh yeah.
with Florence
What?
Pugh and Harry Styles and Gemma Chan and a bunch of other people. Knives Out 2, that comes out this year.
Ooh, I am excited about that.
Ah,
That'll be good. I want to see the Elvis movie, even though I feel like that's getting bad press now. But that Avatar,
Yeah, I was about to say no one's gonna say Avatar.
I'm not
Yeah,
excited for
10
that.
years
That'll
in the
be good.
making.
That's this year.
Yep.
When is
December.
that? December, huh?
I think it comes out, end of the year.
Almost out. All right, guys. That's our episode right there on what we've consumed this half of 2022. Now, sometimes when you're walking down the street, everyone that you meet, although you might not realize it or not, they have an original point of view. And sometimes it's a simple message that if you might not believe it, but it comes from the heart. So you have to believe in yourself because honestly, that's the only place to start. So, hey, have a wonderful kind of day. Learn to work and play. Get along with each other. And I say, hey, keep on searching.